SRB1200 glow mag. What? This is the UV LED strip that we're going to be using for this mod. The link for where to buy it is down in the description. So it's pre-wired for USB, which means it's designed to run off of 5 volts. Even though the stock Splatrball battery is 7.4 volts, this is going to be hooked up to the magazine motor, and when the magazine motor is running, the main motor is running, and the voltage drop is pretty high. So the 7.4 volts is going to drop quite a bit, and it's going to be fine to power this. So these are the terminal strips I'm going to be using. These are really nice, high-quality terminal strips. They actually have a little flat piece of metal in there such that the screws are not pressing directly against the wire. The flat piece of metal is pressing against the wire. This is the brand, ASI, and this is the model number here. The link is also down in the description. These are called Euro-style terminal strips. So we're going to take the UV LED strip, and we're going to cut a length of it that's about 12 to 14 inches long. That's right, we're really going to light this up. So when you cut it at a connection where it shows those copper traces. This USB connector is going to be cut off, so we're just going to leave like a short length of cable right here. Now once you cut that, you could solder it into the mag terminals here. But I'm going to try to do a no solder method since there's plenty of empty space in this magazine, so that will make it easier for someone who doesn't have a soldering iron. This is the drum mag for the SRB1200. Let's take it apart. So you're going to need a number 1 or number 0 Phillips screwdriver. So I'm going to be feeding this LED strip up into here. That means I'm going to have to trim out a little bit of material on this side to allow that LED strip to fit in there. I want it to go like this. So take some cutters or whatever you have to be able to cut some space out in here. Take some pliers and break that piece out. Okay, now I made some space for that terminal strip, maybe too much. Use some tape here and wrap the tape around. Put this back in place, put this cover back on. I'll put a screw back in this to keep everything together. Go ahead and trim this cable shorter. It's probably a little bit too long right now, but I'm just going to leave it at that length. I'm going to leave it at this length and cut it shorter later if I need it. And start to wrap it around here. So now on the bottom side of this plastic piece here, I'm going to cut a little notch in there for the cable to fit in. I can add another piece of tape here just to keep this together. So now to connect these mag wires into this terminal block, there's 2 ways I could do it. I could cut the wires, just cut them and use some wire strippers and strip the ends, twist them together, stick them in here, tighten up the screw. I could also try to remove just a little bit of insulation by cutting it away . Now I can cut this a little bit shorter. There's still plenty of space in here though. Doesn't even really matter. Gonna strip these wires here. They're pretty small wires. Okay, red to red, black to black. Before we go any further, let's do a test to make sure that it works, that the connections work. Oh yeah, look at that, it's lighting up. Check that out. Perfect. Okay, we should be able to put everything back together now. I'm going to remove that tape and just going to hold this down. Before I put the cover back on, I'm going to cut away a little bit of this groove over here so that it allows that wire to pass there. So I won't pinch this wire. Boom, there we go. Let's put these screws back in. Give it another test before we actually put some gels in it. SRB1200 glow mag.